Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Peace, love, harmony, and light. This is Chief Kalinago with another video. First off, I just want to give thanks to the Great Spirit, give thanks to Mother God for the continuation of life, asking for the guidance and protection from my ancestors, asking them we need a divine intervention. We do, because the children of the wilderness, they are actually asleep. They have gotten into a deep, deep, deep sleep. And it's going to take some work. I need some assistance. We need some assistance. I need some help to wake them up, because it's coming. I know it's coming. There's a great war that's coming. I mean, we were at war. We've been at war, but it's about to manifest in the flesh. And a lot of these, my people, and when I say my people, I'm talking about the American Aborigines, the so-called American Indian. A lot of them don't seem to get it. Those who are aware of who they are, great, perfect, beautiful, okay? But those that don't know, they continue to think that they came here on slave ships, all right? I'm asking that, you find some way to let them get that information, let it resonate with their spirit, resonate with their soul. We need a divine intervention. So allow me to say, Halito, Sakpase, what the deal is. Osiyo, Shalom, Aloha, Wagwan. Let's get this bill popping. Brothers and sisters, and now I'm speaking specifically to the American Aborigines. It is time for us to stand up. I am tired of the division amongst American Aborigines, and we don't know what's going on. People are too blind to see what's going on. Okay? They're too blind to see what's going on, because everybody is on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, trying to be the man. Okay? Focus too much on, the I, me. Let me tell y'all something. All right? In our indigenous languages, the further back you go, we had no words for I or me or my. I'm going to repeat that. And I want anybody to prove me wrong. All right? In our indigenous languages, all right, whatever that was, yes, we have lost it. We didn't have any words for I, me, or my. It was always us. It was always we. And then we had words for them. Okay? Because people came amongst our mix, and we had to find some word to describe them, all right, that meant them. But when it was us, we only had words for we and us, because we were a together people. Now, I'm not negating the fact that we had inter-clan fighting at some point, no, but we resolved it, okay? We resolved it. But we have lost so much of who we are, not realizing that we are the children of the wilderness, not realizing that we are the children that the Great Spirit showed favor on, put us on the most fertile part of this earth called the land, the Americas, okay? Gave us the sweetest water that's on the face of this earth, the most beautiful oceans and rivers and streams, the highest peaks, the most beautiful mountains, the tallest trees. The Creator, the Most High, gave that to us for a reason, okay? And we have fallen so much into a sunken place that our people don't know who they are. And I am here to enlighten you and awaken you, because it is time. Okay? It is time. Brothers and sisters, this is our home, our land, and we have to stand up and fight for what's ours, because it's being taken away from us once more. History is repeating itself. The corporation is dissolving. Reason being, they have Trump, okay, in office. All right? Don't get caught up with the politics. Look at it for what it is. Our landmass, our home, okay, is up for grabs, and people don't realize that. You have American Aborigines fighting each other and debating each other all day. Everybody's about I and me, and who wants to be the man or be the woman. Okay? Because they don't know what it truly means to be an Aborigine. I hear y'all talking. I see y'all walking. But y'all ain't talking the talk of the ancestors, and y'all ain't walking the walk of the ancestors. I don't care what comes out of your mouth, because I could see right through you. Okay? I could see right through you. And yes, I did a video earlier dropping some jewels, and I'm sitting here, and my pineal gland just, it started throbbing again. All right? It's starting to throb. And like I told y'all before, man, I'm on a whole different level with this. When the ancestors got drops for me, they let me know. And one of the signs is my pineal gland start to throb. It's not a headache, but literally, it feels a throb in the middle of my forehead. All right? And I could feel like a little pressure, pushing. That means I'm about to get a download. All right? So I got into a moment of silence. And the ancestors say, well, Chief, you know, you something is coming, and I got a message for the people. And all of a sudden my Facebook notification went off, and I checked it, and here comes a brother on my post on Facebook. All right? And this is something I've been talking about. But for those of you who don't believe me or can't see it, I'm going to show it to you again. But even before I get into that, I'm going to ask y'all a few questions, because y'all just think, you see, our people are too, I'm not going to say we are too loving, because that was our nature. I can't say we are too accepting, because that was just our nature. Once again, the Great Spirit made us, gave us something different. The Great Spirit gave us soul, all right? Not that I'm saying other melanated people don't have souls. I'm not saying that. But all I'm just saying is, the Great Spirit gave us something. It seems like that soul food that we have, all right, it was dipped in some extra, you know what I'm saying? Because there's something about us that the world don't want us to know. But you see, you have to go within yourself to pull that out of yourself. Nobody could teach that to you. Okay? Nobody could teach you how to be an American Aboriginal. Nobody could teach you what it means to be a true American Indian. Nobody could teach you that. That is something that has to come from within you. It has to come from within. Something that has to resonate with your soul and your spirit. You got to walk it, talk it, breathe it, eat it, live it. You got to do it every single day. Don't matter where you go. Nobody could mistake you for anybody else but an American Indian. And yes, we know it's a misnomer, but it is what it is. Okay? We know what it is. That term was coined to us. So therefore, it is us. All right? This is Indian country. And when I say Indian country, I'm not talking about the East Indians. I'm talking about the West Indians. This is ours. Okay? They never told you this was Upper India. They never told you that. Okay? There's a reason why they call us Indians. But let us look into nature for a little bit, because you see, our people got pulled out of nature. They came and gave us religion, all these different dogmatic ideologies, all their schooling systems. They took us out of our element, and we started losing that war because we wanted so much to be like them. All right? We wanted to be so much like Rome. We have lost ourselves. We lost ourselves in the process. So here we are today, fighting this internal battle, trying to be everything else except who we are. When I look into nature, You see, we have to get back to that. All right? When I look into nature, I see trees and they live in perfect harmony. I don't see an apple tree fighting to be an orange tree. I don't see an orange tree fighting to be a mango tree. I don't see a mango tree fighting to be a peach tree. I don't see a peach tree fighting to be a cherry tree. The point I'm trying to make is they have a relationship with each other, that they respect each other for who they are. Okay? That's what nature is. Respect every tree for what they are and who they are. They all have their roots that's planted in the allocated area that they need to be in. Okay? And they respect each other's territories. But yet still they're all trees, but they're not the same. Think about what I'm saying. They're all trees, but they are not the same. Okay? Let's go look at animals here for a second. Okay, let's look at animals, because animals is one step up. All right? I don't see a lion trying to be a giraffe. I don't see a giraffe trying to be a rabbit. I don't see a rabbit trying to be a crocodile. I don't see a crocodile trying to be a snake. The point I'm trying to make is they are all animals, but yet still they are different. And they don't try to be each other. As a matter of fact, if they invade each other's space, then they fight. Okay? So let me ask you a question. If we are supposedly the most intelligent out of all the animals, why are we trying to beat everybody else? Why are we allowing everybody else to make us them? Why is that? Because you see, we are so gone that we think everybody is the same because, oh, well, no, it's just one race. No. Or it's just people. No. People are different. They came from different stocks. They came from different roots. They came from different bloodlines. They came from a different part of the world. They sprung from a different soil. Okay? So we cannot be Africans. We cannot be Europeans. We cannot be Asians. We are Americans. But the majority of y'all are gone. Okay? Because they have put the blinders over your eyes. And you have their teachers teach your children who they are. That's the problem. So now we are back where history is going to repeat itself. Okay? Where the cookie is about to crumble. And now everybody's getting ready to grab the pieces, the crumbs. You feel me? And we're going to get stuck in the middle again because we are still fighting each other. We are still seeking. While everybody else fight and take what's ours. I told y'all from the very beginning, it wasn't the Caucasian man who came here and enslaved us. They wasn't our first enemies. Our first enemies was these Africans. Okay? But y'all dying to be Africans. And then people say, oh, well, chief, you talking division. No, I'm not speaking division. I'm speaking truth. And if y'all cannot see the truth and hear the truth, man, listen, you are going to perish. Because Africans know that we ain't them. They know. And they came here for a purpose, for a reason, to infiltrate, to do what their ancestors didn't finish. Because we were too strong. They couldn't beat us. So they infiltrated us with their education. All right? That's what they did. So I'm going to show y'all this post on Facebook. I'm going to share my screen. Okay? Let me share my screen here for a second. So you know what I'm talking about. Because you see, when I speak, people think, oh, well, chief, you talk, oh, well, nah, well, you know, yes, some of us did come from Africa. Let me tell you, that slave ship thing is a lie, man. It's a lie. It is a lie. You see, you don't have to look at the history of the world. and go into the minds of the people that's telling you the stories. Why are they telling you the story that way? What was going on at that time when they were telling that story? What is the purpose? What are their motives? What are their motives? They will even go as far as admit the truth that there were so-called black people here in the Americas, right? But they always have to divert or revert to telling you, oh, well, they were Africans. How could we be Africans when Africa didn't exist? I don't care what name you call that landmass, okay? There was nobody living on that damn landmass. It was cursed land. So how could you be from there, period, when the people who are actually from there are not from there because they migrated there? The majority of these Africans that call themselves Africans today, they are descendants of people from Scotland, the Britons, the Portuguese, the Germans, the Irish. Okay? They are all the same people that went to war with each other, driving each other from all different parts of this continent. But that certain landmass called Africa was uninhabited. That's why it was called Sahara. Sahara just means desert, but they didn't have a choice because the armies of their opponents or the invading tribes were stronger than theirs. So they fled and they had to create a home. You feel me? Even certain parts of what they so-called Africa is actually part of the Americas. You feel me? Man, yo, brothers and sisters, y'all got to realize that, okay? Alaska is connected to Russia. Why do you think Sarah Palin said, hey, I could see Russia from the back of my house? Everybody laughing at her like she's stupid and crazy. No, she is correct, okay? Even Russia, certain part of that landmass was part of the Americas, okay? We had the greatest part of this earth. We still do until they gave us the imaginary lines. Man, y'all better wake up because this war is at your doorsteps. It's about to manifest in the flesh. And the people you think that's going to be by your side, waiting to fight for you and with you, they are the ones that's going to stick the knife in your back. Okay? Watch. Y'all gonna listen. And when it comes, y'all gonna be sitting in that war talking about, damn, your Chief Kalinaga was speaking the truth. But let me share this with y'all. Okay? Let me share this with y'all here for a second. Share this. Let me go to my Facebook page here. I think this is where it's at. Okay? Share. Okay? So here we are. I put a post on Facebook. The post read, I am not black, African American, colored, not a sovereign citizen, or part of any group of that sort. I am not associated knowingly to be a part of any terrorist group. If you policymakers don't know what that means, let me break it down. I am an original man of this landmass called Turtle Island / America. You will not intimidate me or prevent me from claiming that. Here comes this gentleman, Mustafa Ansari, okay? Commendable, but unfortunately it means absolutely nothing legally. In other words, this is just your opinion. Now, he's absolutely right when it comes to a legal sense, because we as the American Aborigines, we haven't taken a stand like the Australian Aborigines and like the Canadian Aborigines. You see, because too many of you are busy trying to be the man or the woman, not realizing it's not about I, it's not about me, it's about us and we. Okay, so yes, he's absolutely right. Okay, but me now, I'm like, You know, I got a little defensive. I don't want to tell him he's right. Maybe it's my ego. So I said, hey, says who? You sound indoctrinated, man. I am not subjected to any corporations, which is true. Okay? Because it's not legally acknowledged, it doesn't mean that it's not true. That's how I feel. I have a right to self-identify. Okay? So it is not just my opinion. It is who I say I am. And I am that I say I am. All right? So from a legal standpoint, he's correct because we haven't made a stand and let it be known to the international world, this is who we are. Okay? So he said, you're funny. You live in a corporation, just listen and learn. Well, I don't live in a corporation. I live on the land. Okay? I live on the land. You feel me? But I get what he's saying. All right? That's cool. So now here we go. Good question. The identity of Africa descendants in the Western Hemisphere, according to African descendants of the transatlantic slave war and the indigenous Africans, according to a census or consensus vote, looking at several names, okay? Afro descendants, accordingly, the Inter-American Courts and Commission has recognized our right to authority and land, okay? Kalinago Flying Eagle, he tagged me. Take a page out of this young brother's book. Instead of being snide and accusatory, he just simply asked a question. Now, instead of responding, just look up the word Afro-descendant and read. So he's giving me a site about so-called about human rights training and all that, but they're training people from an Afrocentric standpoint. Okay, from an Afrocentric standpoint. So I said, I ain't African. He said, you are not an international law professor who owns his own human rights institute, so you should take your own advice. I teach indigenous law. So you see, that's the problem. You see, when we have these foreigners, Africans, Europeans, Asians, I don't care what you call them, when we have them teaching our children, this is what happens because we don't have our own institutions. So the man is speaking nothing but facts, but I'm in my feelings. So I'm keeping it real because it's facts over feelings. So the fact is I'm in my feelings, okay? And it's eating me up that he's right. Not that because I care whether he's an international law professor or not, because they ain't got nothing on me. I know that for a fact. Okay? They ain't got nothing on me. You feel me? So their piece of paper don't mean jack to me, but he's speaking truth. Because you see, we are not united. Okay, we are not united. So here I said, hey, I said, do I have to be an international professor to know truth? Shaking my head. Bring them to me, I will teach them with, a few things. Then another brother jumped in. He said, why go so hard to prove false claims? There was an estimated 80 million people in the Americas at the time of the first European arrival. Now, out of that number, there was less than 500,000 Africans brought to America. Most of the slaves was from other places in America, like the islands and neighboring islands and countries, which is a fact. But the truth of the matter is, within that 500,000, what they're not telling you is some of them was Irish, Scottish, British, and the likes, and Portuguese, okay? So they were not all Africans. Because that whole continent is called Asia. And they broke it down into different continents, all right? So he came out again and he said, when he answered my question now, no, but of course, helps you to understand the current status and law applications. Now, I responded to Thomas Peters Patterson. Sometimes I just allow the blind to be the blind. They want to make us all Africans. It's another takeover. It will not happen. We will not allow it. This ain't Africa. Here we go again. He said to Thomas, this is this Mustafa guy. Okay? not so easy an explanation since the first Americans were African for over 60,000 years. The Asian admixtures are only 6,000 years old. Okay? You see, they are always, and that you see, that's what they did with their books. They admitting the fact that there were so-called black people here in the Americas, but they still want to tie them back to Africa when Africa didn't even exist. So you see the trick. But those are your professors that y'all pay thousands and thousands of dollars to send your children to learn from. And you wonder why we're in the situation we're in today. Okay? I will pay you $10,000 right now, which I ain't got, but I'll find it. If you could go show me anywhere in nature you see a rabbit taking its children or its babies to a lion to get taught, I'll wait. But I'm not going to wait too long because weight is a heavy load. Okay? I said, first Americans were Africans. Who taught you that lie? Anyway, my brother Thomas chimed in. He said, also, did you know that the people who been labeled African Americans are fighting for their indigenous rights and winning? Did you know they are also being recognized by some Native Americans as being Aboriginal Americans? The English, along with Spain, took over the East Coast, whose second and third great-grandchildren are the ones who are in political power. They will keep the lies just to uphold their customs and respect for their ancestors. So it will be a fight, but please don't label people but yourself. Okay? Thomas chimed in again and said, ha, true that, Chief. They will soon see the truth. And I responded, indeed, family. History is about to repeat itself. The war is coming and the Indians will rise again. Because this is our land. This is ours. Okay? There's no way they're going to win that fight. And my brother Thomas chimed in again and said, sorry, but where is that factual? Every single written account from white Europeans describe most Americans of being dark complexion and look like Ethiopians. In the late 1700s, the plans changed and it was to completely destroy the Aboriginal Americans and erase our story and give his story. Facts. Then my brother Rico jumped in. He said, unfortunately, for those of you who refuse to speak up, you will remain shadow. But for those of us who speak and breathe for our own beings, it doesn't matter what you teach if your students don't know to speak for their own breathing body, then you have taught manipulation only. Indigenous have no law, ruler, president, or priest. We are our own beings of individual status. But as a teacher, I am sure you should know this. No man rules another, period, and no man, law of authority, speaks for another individual. That's facts. You have no authority over you, but the one who created you. Okay? My brother Thomas chimed in and said, all day, King, I can feel the vibrations. We are the main victims of political America. That's facts. Now here he go. That Mustafa brother again. He said, you are just talking, but I am the chief facilitator of a tribe of over 100,000 Afro descendants and counting. We are fifth largest indigenous tribe in the United States and will be number one before this time next year's. So I am glad to see that you are thinking, however, it is about implementing. So we invite you to join your people in making this reality. And then they put their seal or their tag, whatever that is. Okay. And then he put in Detroit with the very strong tribe and my human rights defenders. Now, let me ask you again. You see what's going on. All right. We are allowing foreigners to come into our land once again to take a stand to say, to claim that we are them while they are taking our identity. You see, the whole trick is happening over and over again. Okay. I keep telling y'all, history is going to repeat itself. But y'all think Chief Kalinago is just talking. Okay? Man, I'm telling y'all what the ancestors are showing me, man. If y'all want to see it or don't see it, it's up to you. But it's time to stand up and take some action. Okay? Because they are doing exactly what they did before. They give us their place. It's called changing places. Okay? They give us their place while they take our place. Yeah, you indigenous, but you indigenous to Africa. Okay? Y'all better pay attention, man. So here we go. I said, we ain't Africans. Then my brother Rico said, then take your ass back to Africa then. You can fly, but guess what? You can't go by boat, haha, because it can't be done, haha, even with engines. Laughing, LMAO. All right? Mustafa addressed me. He said, that is not what most experts say. You are in the minority. He's absolutely right. Didn't I do a video earlier to tell you that the reason why you are the minority, not because we are the minority in number, is because y'all people don't know who you are. That's the problem. So he's speaking facts because he said he's a college professor. You see, they know the truth, but they have to continue to perpetuate the lies of their invading ancestors. That's why I keep telling y'all, stop thinking the Caucasian man is your enemy. Yes, there are some of them who don't like us. Yes, so be it. A lot of people don't like us, whether they may be Caucasian, whether they may be African, whether they may be East Indian, whether they may be Arab, Asian. A lot of them don't like us because they want what's ours. They want what belongs to us, which is the richest landmass on the planet. Okay? They want us. They want our land. Okay? Now he said, we discovered America, so who are you? LOL, an Asian? You see what I'm saying? Here goes the Moors again. You see how the Moors come in, calling all of us Asiatics? So you see, this man know what he's talking about. But I ain't no more. And we ain't no Moors. So you see, we have a lot of cleaning up to do. My American Aborigine brothers and sisters. You see, the enemies is right in front of us, and they look like us. When people keep thinking I'm speaking or I'm preaching hate or I'm talking division. You see, division is imminent. Okay? Division is imminent because it's just nature. Until people respect us as who we are, there's always going to be division. Okay? Check this out. I said, you could never discover something that was already inhabited. That's why I don't. Y'all immigrant. That's why I don't. What I meant to put there. That's why I don't trust y'all immigrants on my land. Okay, so let me just edit my edit that. That's why I don't trust. That's why I don't trust y'all immigrants on my land. Rico said, see, this is the problem. You damn want to be Africans. Y'all always been the damn problem, but scared to death to even attempt to go back to lands you know damn well you never originated from. You probably don't even have one descent or distant African cousin at all. And you tricking these brothers into becoming you while you secretly become them. Yamo, same strategies those Europeans taught you types to come infiltrate and steal our land. Shit is actually pathetic. Because if you are a teacher, then that word have you been studying that ways that says we are Africans? All right? So brothers and sisters, that's the goal, to replace us. And what's the best thing to do is to have their descendants. Y'all don't really get how deep this is. Okay? Y'all don't get how deep this is, man. Y'all better wake up. Anyway, he said, we inhabited it for over 6,000 years before the Asians. So who are you talking about? Rico said, you didn't discover. You kind reported back, big difference. Yamo fit that teacher. Ha 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 ha, right? Mustafa said, the problem is that you don't study scientific reports, DNA artifacts, and feel some kind of pathological way about yourself, which is not my problem. Secondly, you are manifestly outnumbered by the scientists, so you will soon have to face reality. Okay? Once again, when you see they control the media, they control your school systems, what do you think? The DNA base foundations and everything. They control. What do you think is going to happen? They control the narrative. So they get to teach our children what they want them to learn. But y'all don't want to get your children out of their schools. Y'all don't realize the real resources in the land. Y'all don't realize that. Y'all keep chasing the illusion, but y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn the hard way though. Y'all gonna learn the hard way. My brother Rico said, Akabulan is still underdeveloped, and if full of people fighting over land they themselves didn't originate from, now let that sink in, which is true. Right now they are trying to develop Africa, okay? But these people, like I said, they didn't even originate from there. That's why they are still trying to make it a home, but people don't realize that. So they want to tell American Aborigines, oh, come to Africa. That's where you're from, so they could use us again so that we could help develop their land, because they know we are the most resourceful people on the planet. Why do you think everybody come to us? Why do you think everybody want to be like us? But y'all want to be like them. Y'all go ahead, okay? My brother said, how can you say 60,000 years from what literatures is this proven? Again, he laughed. Time is continuum, and there's absolutely no record of stat. Stop with the BS. I am a professional BS caller, and I can say this post your hardcore proof and not something you heard or think you read or can't find. And he laughed again. Then Mustafa said, disillusional, go study. Rico said, see, this is how you separate the real from the fake. You are so hard pressed about Africa, but I bet you can't even name your place over there. Each state here in America is equivalent to each country, he meant, or county, upon Akabulan. All right, meaning that each state in the US is a separate country, which a lot of people don't know, okay? He also said, so you see how showing the Akabulan continent looks stupid when you can't even yourself verify its claim shape. So which country upon Akabulan are you from? Don't say African, because those people don't exist, teacher, and you should know this as a fact, because Africans don't exist. It's an illusion that they gave our people to make them, again, claim to be lost from a land of the lost, okay? Then the professor, he said, you can't read, I see. Try reading, is good for you. Rico said, you have, and European symbols as your flag again, without full verification. That's even the shape. And again, can you book a boat trip to Akabulan, or as you say, Africa, now with engines and stop, okay? And then he said, hell, blah, 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 blah. All right? Now, they going into our skulls. Most African slaves was taken from Africa, was shipped to Europe and the Middle East. Do your research. Most of the slaves in America came from the islands in America, which is a fact. All right? And then, they're just basically dropping some more information. And then he came in and he said, you need to study more. Your figures are widely exaggerated. The ship logs say that 388,000 Africans were imported. However, if you have followed that, I have said to you, and you will repeat, Africans discovered America over 60,000 years ago, and the Asian only been here 6,000 years. You should be able to deduce the people called Indians are African Asian admixtures, but you have not. Secondly, you can put a bottle on the west side of Africa and it would show up on the Gulf about 57 days later. All right. So now, if we are talking about, he's admitting the fact that only 380 Africans, okay, said to have come here, right? Because you see, they cannot give us the BS about, oh, you all came from Africa, because the numbers don't add up. How could only 388,000 Africans give you all these millions of Africans here in America? You see, so they know that's not flying anymore. So now they have to revert to the lies. Oh, well, Africans discovered America 6,000 years ago. Man, you see, brothers and sisters, y'all gotta see through the games and the lies that these people play. And he's talking about going to the New York Times. Okay, who control the media? Who control these things? Man, listen, I'm about to stop share. Okay, y'all better wake up, man. Y'all better wake up and realize, let's stop playing the games with these people. All right? Right now, our whole entire continent is up for grabs. And this is the perfect time for us to step up and stand up and make our stand as American Aborigines and stop playing these damn games. Okay? We should not have time for the individuality right now. It's about us as a people. Okay? Because every one of them is going to stand up and fight against us. Okay? So even people in your family who believe they're Africans, they will stab you in your back because a war is coming. And I'm not talking about a war that has already been here. Okay? Because the spiritual war, it's been here. But I'm talking about it's really about to manifest in the flesh. All right? And this is the final battle. And y'all better wake up and realize this is real. It's real. Okay? We got to stand up and fight for what's ours. We got to stand up and fight for our ancestors. Okay? Because they know that they open up their arms to these people who look like us and they stabbed us in the back. And our ancestors are kicking themselves for that. So we are here to vindicate them. But y'all still want to be Africans. Okay? Because that whole, once again, Africa don't exist. That is an illusion that was created. All right? The real Africans are the Caucasians. They are the real Africans. All right? Africanos was colonizing that landmass for his people. Once again, all these so-called black people that's in so-called Africa or Akabulan, whatever you want to call it, they are not from there originally. That's why it's underdeveloped to this day. You see, look at our home, our land. Look how developed it is. You think they came and did that? No, it has always been that way because we have always been here. Everything that we have, they built on top of it. Okay? They did a little reconstruction, they did a little remodeling, but they didn't build anything from the foundation up. We already had that. Okay? We already had it. Man, y'all better learn, man. Y'all better wake up. But anyway, I'm about to shut this down. And I just wanted to, that's what, hey, my ancestors came to me and gave me that for y'all. Do what you may with it. All right? I'm going to put my email in the link below. And it's time to unite, man. It's time. Okay? It's time for the American Aborigines, our voice to be heard. It's time for us to start roaring. Okay? I don't care where you are in the Americas, whether they call it South America, Central America, North America. It is just one America. We don't need we don't need the imaginary lines. We are one people. Okay? One blood. And we have to unite right now. Right now. Just like how the Australian Aborigines, they stood up and they're getting their land back. Just like how the Canadian Aborigines, even if they are part of the Americas, they're standing up and they're getting their land back. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay? It's time to unite. I got a few things up my sleeves. Okay? And I don't need no imposters, man. All right? Strictly American Aborigines. We ain't doing this. We all Moors, we all Israelites, we all Hebrew. We ain't doing that. We all New Orleans. We ain't doing that. We ain't playing these games no more. Okay? If you're not an American Aborigine, don't send me no inbox. Don't send me no emails. Period. It is time for my people to come together. That's it. Because everything else, I know that you are an enemy to my ancestors. Period. I'm done.